What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 32, and we start today's episode off using the global transfer network, and I'm not a big fan of it, but we have been looking for a striker, and I do like to show the global transfer network a little bit. I'm not a big fan of it. I've said many times I'm not a big fan of it, but I do like to show new features every now and then, and it is one of the newer features, one of the big new features for Career Mode, if not the biggest. So I guess I've got to show it every now and then, and we've been asking our scouts for a young striker, mainly because we don't have too much money to spend. We've improved all the areas we really need to for first team, but I would like to get another striker in anyway, because at the moment we've only got one on the bench, which is Billy Sharp, and we've only got another one in the reserves, which is Yaya Sanogo. So imagine if we get two strikers injured, then we're going to have none on the bench. I mean, that's just not going to be good enough. So with that in mind, I'm looking for a young striker, maybe someone with decent potential. And Lucy, now of course a Bolton striker who I'm not too familiar with, don't really know much about him, but I'd imagine he's probably the type of player that's got mid-70 potential. So with that in mind, we're going to hope to sign Lucy. Shouldn't be too much money, around the 1 million mark. Hopefully sign Lucy. Hopefully he's got mid-70 potential. Even if it's low 70s, that'll be fine with me really. As a reserve striker, that'll be fine for a Europa League standard club. So even if he's got low to mid-70 potential, that'll be fine. And we'll play him in the Capital One Cup games, and hopefully we can go ahead and pick him up. And of course he is English, which is fantastic news for us, because as I've said many times, I do like to sign the players that have the same nationality as the club. But anyway, we take on Manchester United for the first game of the episode, and of course coming to Old Trafford now, in the back of my mind we had that awful 6-1 loss we had last year at the hands of David Moyes' men. If anyone remembers that was just, I think it was actually our worst loss of the series so far. It was 6-1 away at Old Trafford, so I was feeling really pessimistic, but after a fantastic 3-0 win away at Bromby, I was also feeling quite confident. So it was a bit of a mix of emotions, but Rooney almost gave United the lead there in the first few minutes, but we had to wait until the 39th minute for the next chance, when Luke Shaw made a great challenge there on Valencia, I think it was, stormed down the left hand side, took the ball around Johnny Evans, took aim, and it was a great save by David De Gea. What a run that was by Luke Shaw. He's such a powerful left back, isn't he? He really is, and he was so unlucky there not to make it 1-0. But from the corner, the ball gets played to Gary Hooper. Hooper takes aim from outside the area, finesses it really well, but unfortunately De Gea was playing out of his skin. That's a great save by De Gea. And from the next corner, it's Smalling who tries to go for the header. It's cleared away by United, but it comes to Russell Martin. Martin finds Anthony Marshall here. Marshall tries to take aim, fake shots around his man, gives it to Leroy Fer, failed the chance, another great chance for us, tries to take aim, hits the post, and unfortunately United managed to get the ball away. So it was a really dominant start from us. We really were putting the pressure on United, but unfortunately their defence was staying strong, and De Gea was playing very well indeed. So still United 0, Norwich 0, but we had the best chances of the first half, and you wouldn't have imagined that we were a side that lost 6-1 here at Old Trafford last year, because we were playing some amazing football. Here you see Russell Martin get played down the right hand side, his cross is deflected and out for a corner. But we were playing some amazing football. United couldn't get into the game here as Nani comes on for Ashley Young. And from this corner in the 58th minute, Chris Smalling almost scores against his former club, but Nani's first involvement is to clear the ball off the line. I think it was Nani. But what a start for us. We were playing out of our skin. That was Fabio, actually. We were playing out of our skin. We really were. And United were all over the place, but they failed to get a grip in this game. Their passing was terrible, and they were made to pay in the 60th minute when Nathan Redmond was played through a fantastic diving header. I mean, they had warning signs just a couple of minutes ago when Smalling's header was cleared off the line, but their defending was so bad they let that cross go into the box, and Redmond headed the ball into the back of the net. United 0, Norwich 1. United's best chance of the game came here in the 76th minute. Valencia gives it to Shinji Kagawa, back to Valencia. Butler makes a great save from close range, and we managed to get the ball away here as Shaw intercepts the ball from Fellaini, and the game ends up finishing United 0, Norwich 1. I mean, unbelievable. We lost 6-1 here last year. 6-1. And now we've beaten United. Not only did we get a goal again, but we kept a clean sheet. This is a side that put 6 past us last... Yeah, what the hell was I saying there? This is a side that put 6 past us last year. Embarrassing from United, embarrassing from David Moyes' men. And we collect an amazing 3 points away at Old Trafford here. But anyway, it's transfer deadline day, and to be honest, like I say, it was going to be a really uneventful one. Didn't have too much money to spend. Wasn't really interested in any players other than Odalusi, reserve striker, and Dougie Freeman and Bolton said he wanted 1.3 million. I still felt as though we could probably get him for less than that, so 750 grand was what I asked for. But then we got transfer offers for Alexander Tettey here, one of our CMs that's now dropped to the bench in as Ross Barkley's taken his place. Someone wants Tettey. It's West Brom for £2.1 million. Not a bad deal for someone that's 28 years old and now a bench player for us. But even so, I would like to keep hold of Tettey because he's a very decent squad player. 75 rated is not bad at all, and would like to keep hold of him. But if a bid comes in for 2.75 million, I'll consider it. But Dougie Freeman then goes back on his word and says he wants 1.9 million for Odalusi. I was like, mate, you just asked for 1.3 million. Will you make your damn mind up? But he wants 1.9 million, and I was like, no way. I'll inquire about 1 million, see what happens, because 1 million seems like quite a fair price for him. But West Brom come back to us and say that the counter offer was too much. I think we asked for 2.75 million. They say it's too much, so they're going to stop putting in bids, and that's fine. I don't really want to get rid of Tettey. Our CM area is really strong now. But anyway, Bolton and Dougie Freeman come back to us again and ask for 1.9 million. I was like, for Christ's sake, a few minutes ago you asked for 1.3 million. As I'm showing you there, seriously, what is going on? But even so, I decided to go ahead and up it to 1.3 million. It's not even that bad. It's only 300 grand more than I was hoping for, which is 1 million. And I still think he's going to be a decent reserve strike, maybe low to mid 70 potential, and he should be okay. But a transfer offer comes in for Gary Hooper here. It's Hull City that want Gary Hooper. I think they actually wanted him in. Oh no, it's not Hull, is it? It's Espanyol. Why did I say Hull? I'm pretty sure they came in from last year, did they? I'm not sure. Why did I say Hull? That was so stupid. Why not just wait? Stop guessing. Wait for it to come. But it's Espanyol and we reject it because I know you guys love Hooper, so I don't want to sell him. And Bolton accept the deal, 1.3 million for Odalusi. We offer him a contract and we'll see what he says. Because I would like to get hold of him, and as you can see here, he does decline the contract, so that's really annoying because the clock was running out and I was getting a bit frustrated. But he wasn't happy with the squad role, so we give him squad rotation status. Should have probably gone the sporadic first team status, to be honest, because he's barely going to get into the side, and he may start complaining if we don't play him much. But he does accept that contract, and that's the main thing. He is into the club now, and it's only 1.3 million. So, the thing is, it may seem like a waste of money because we could probably get someone like Jordan Iber again on loan. But it's kind of like I want a permanent reserve striker that can play in the Capital One Cup games, and I'm very confident that Odalusi is going to be a very decent player in like 3 or 4 seasons. So we could probably sell him on for about 5 million. So it seems to me like it's perfectly fine business, and it does mean, of course, we have cover for an injury crisis. But it is transfer deadline day. There was 1 hour left, so I decided to do what I did last year and show you what the teams have been doing. Just flick through the screens here. Look at this: Fulham signing Soldado or Spurs for 20 million. How the hell did they get that much money? But it's been a pretty eventful transfer window for us, and it's actually been a pretty decent summer for us as well. We've got the players we wanted. Players like Smalling and Barkley and Marshall, and we've got the players we wanted, and we've also qualified for the Europa League group stages, and we've got off to a decent start in the league as well. We may have lost to Liverpool, but we got a fantastic win away at Old Trafford. So in general, it's been a really happy summer for us. I'm very pleased with the business we've done in the transfer window. I'm very pleased with the performance we had in the games. So in general, I'm pretty pleased. I'm pretty pleased. I think it's been quite decent for us. It could have been a lot worse anyway. I didn't want to lose to Liverpool. That's quite frustrating. But pre-season was great. The transfer window's been fantastic, and in general, we've done exactly what we wanted. And as you can see here, the Norwich board come to us and end up saying about our performance that we've done a very good job. So clearly it's echoed. My statement is echoed. The Norwich board are happy. They say that we're an invaluable member of the Norwich City family. I was like, thanks, Delia. Maybe you can reward me with a lovely lasagna. But that's fantastic. So we're all happy. It's all smiles. It's all good at Carrow Road. The sun is shining here at Carrow Road, and I think there's a bright future here. As for project work, I've seen quite a few of you asking to leave the club and go to another club, but as for a project, I'm not sure. Maybe stay at Norwich for another season at least, maybe another 2 seasons. I want to get him into the Champions League first. I'm not sitting here saying we should challenge for the Champions League and become the best team in the world with Norwich, but at least get him into the Champions League before I consider leaving. So anyway, we sit in 7th after the first league table of the season, exactly the position we finished last year, so still the same. And here's how I've got the squad set up now. It's good. It's really decent. We finally got a player into the 80s, which is Townsend. And it's good. We've brought in a lot of players ourselves. Butland, Smalling, Shaw, Townsend, Barkley, Marshall. So we've been able to use the transfer funds to our advantage, and it's looking good. I'm actually really pleased with this squad. The reason being is because although it may seem quite poor at the moment because there's only one player in the 80s, which is Townsend on 80, there's so many good young players in there, like I say, Butland, Shaw, who may be low 70s, but in a few years' time will most likely be in the 80s. So with that in mind, it's looking like a decent side, and I'm very happy with it. And here is the squad report as well, and yeah, it's good, man. It's good. We may still want to sell on some players. I'm not a big fan of Ryan Bennett and maybe a player like Bradley Johnson, but in general, it's a good squad, and for this year, we've got the players we wanted realistically. We've done the realistically perfect transfer business, really, and yeah, well, other than the Snodgrass sale, which was embarrassing, but other than that, it's all smiles, and it's looking very good. It's looking like a very good squad for the future, and I'm pleased. I'm actually really pleased, and I'm so glad you guys chose Norwich for me, because I'm really enjoying this career mode, and hopefully you guys are as well. So yeah, it's looking good, and it's looking very good, and I'm very confident this season we can challenge for the Champions League. Maybe not get into the Champions League, but at least challenge for it. But anyway, our scout comes back, the first scout report of the season for our youth scout, and they are all terrible. All these players are absolutely terrible. We decided to actually continue the scouting on all of these players because I just thought, why not? But all of the players are absolutely terrible. It's a 4-star experience and 4-star judgment scout, so he may not be amazing, but he's still got some very decent star ratings, so I was hoping for at least one decent player in there, but it's only the first one in the series, so there's room to grow. But here is our European Championship qualifiers group stage. We've got Spain, Greece, Czech Republic, Wales and Hungary. That's actually quite a decent group there, quite competitive group there. But we take on Hungary for the first game. We're going to sim all of these qualifiers. We take on Hungary for the first game, and I know it was going to be a very easy game because Hungary had no players, but yeah, we take on Hungary for the first game. And we go ahead and take a 2-1 win with 10 men as well, because Vermaelen was sent off early on. So we take a 2-1 win in our first game. That's great news for us. And then Sean Morrison says he wants more wages, and I was like, oh, for goodness sake, we'll just give it a rest, mate. And the second European Championship qualifier is against Wales. Like I say, I'm going to sim all of these games. Got no plans to play them, just like last year. Got no plans to play these games unless we get to a tournament. That's when I'll play international games. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, so that's much appreciated. It really does help my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode, most likely tomorrow afternoon.